Yep, today officially marks the 5-year anniversary of my channel. Give a day or two because of leap years and such. That doesn't really matter all that much, but what does matter is the fact that today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. Throughout the years, there have been a lot of changes when it comes to both my channel and my OC Proto Dapper. But did you actually know that every single version is canonical variant? Yep, that's exactly right. There's an entire Dapperverse, which is why today we're going to be looking at some of the different variants throughout the years. Because yes, I did in fact name them all. Now we're going to start this off with an easy one. This is obviously Proto Dapper. But to be more specific, this is actually called Proto Dapper VX, while this is the precursor to Proto Dapper VX. Think of this kind of like the deluxe edition, and this being the precursor to it, with this one having a lot more bells and whistles. I know you're not wrong, but it still hurts to hear. Now this is a pretty standard issue. Everybody goes through different versions of themselves. So let's talk about something a little bit more unique. Okay, so here may be a little bit more of a drastic example of the Dapperverse as I introduce you Death Captain Dapper. Together for liberty. The only thing in his veins other than coffee is democracy and freedom. Those filthy automatons are nothing more than glorifying toasters. Death Captain Dapper being a variant is obviously expected due to my love for democracy. But one you might not have thought about is my Terrors of Nowhere variant, also known as Armor Core Dapper. Armor Core Dapper is definitely one of my favorites, but did you know that he had a secondary name that's widely accepted called the Silly Grand Faust User? This is widely due to the fact that the armor itself was made with the idea of the Grand Faust in mind, and if you go to the actual official Terrors of Nowhere wiki, he's the poster boy of the Grand Faust. He's a bit more hard-headed than some of the other Dappers, and he has a prejudice against coil users. While we're here though, one variant you probably haven't seen much of is Judgment Dapper. Rather quiet in comparison to some of the other ones, but a Dapper nonetheless. Ooh, okay, here's a good one that you probably didn't think of, but did you know that the waiting room Dapper is called Persistent Dapper? He never left the waiting room. I don't know, I guess he grew accustomed to it. I wonder what happens after 7 hours. No, 8. You have to be kind of built different to stay here. Oh, and then we have Not Dapper. He will never leave again. I can be useful, you know! We're taking a bit long with this, so let's speed this up a bit. This right here is Bloody Dapper. He loves violence. Yo, what's up? Surprisingly enough, one of the most sane. Then we have Spooky Dapper, which is one of the most insane. Oh, and then there's Poor Dapper. He's supposed to be in a video, but he never got the budget. This fucking sucks. Kimono Dapper, Formal Dapper, Beta Dapper, Dapper Dapper, Saint Dapper. Okay, you get the point. There's a lot of Dappers. What I'm trying to say is the fact that there are a lot of Dappers out there, and it is kind of interesting to think that they are all kind of like this weird canon of mine. Something about making a different version of Dapper, even if it's for a one-shot of a video or something silly, like for instance the Kimono Dapper even. It's kind of cool actually having your own little like Dapperverse, for lack of better words. And I figured it'd be fun to actually share that with you guys, since I don't really talk about this aspect of it. Mostly because of the fact that my character, if I'm being real, is a bit of a body snatcher, and because of that also my glitchy nature, it makes sense that there's multiple versions of me. That's actually one of the reasons why you see so many videos where there are multiple Dappers on the screen at once. Unnecessary lore that I thought I'd share with you guys, because I do think it's kind of interesting, for lack of better words, and it shows a lot about the fact of how many different Dappers I've made along the way during my journey in YouTube. Honestly, at the end of the day, I hope they have a wonderful night tonight, and as always, stay dapper. But not like a dapper, but you know, like the concept of staying dapper. Don't be one of me. That'd be weird.